are live. Hey, girl. Hey, we are live on Facebook. We are live on Facebook. Welcome to Let's Talk Her Wellness Radio. And we are
Welcome
live.
in,
We are
everybody.
live. We are live. We are live. Let's say, hey, hey, hey. We are you'll see me just looking over here, looking over there. That's okay. I am just looking and see what we're doing. Yes, we are. We are live.
We
Like
are
and share this post. Like and share this post. Hey, girl. Hey, we are back. It's been a while since we have been live on social media, but we are back, new and improved. We are excited. We have some amazing news, guys, to share with you. So, welcome to Let's Talk Her Wellness. It's your girl, it's your practitioner, it's your coach, Lynette Thomas. And I am so excited, guys, to welcome on our new co host, Lady J. Welcome, Lady J, to Let's Hey, listen, guys,
Hey,
like and share this page tonight.
like and share.
Come on, like and share the page. We are on here. We are going to be talking about some amazing things. We are excited tonight. We're going to have a special guest, and our whole, let's say, talk show tonight is about Juneteenth, guys. We are talking
Mhm.
about Juneteenth. This is going to be nice. It's going to be lit, wellness, and freedom. That's our topic for tonight. That's what we're going to be talking about, guys. But listen, y'all always know that before we start talking about anything, Lady J, we always have to know what's in your cup. And you guys know we always have something good in our cup. And so tonight I am drinking a cranberry ginger tea, guys. This tea is out of this world. I'm telling y'all, it tastes so freaking good. Okay.
Mhm.
And y'all know that cranberry, or for some of y'all that don't know, that cranberry does many things. But cranberry is really known for anti-inflammatory. And when you put cranberry with ginger, oh my God, honey, it's double trouble. You are
That's a double punch. That's a punch.
yes, it's going to knock out some situations. Okay. So it's very antioxidants, is good for that. And it is very good for your digestive health. So definitely, guys, you can get you some cranberry ginger tea. This is amazing. And I also have my ginger crystals in here. And I'm drinking out one of my favorite cups. Ain't she representing Juneteenth, y'all? Ha
She
ha.
perfect. She
She is
perfect.
representing Juneteenth. So, Lady J, tell me, what's in your cup? What you drinking, girl?
So, on behalf of our ancestors first, I just want to pause, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
as we're here to talk about freedom and wellness. What's in Lady J's cup that we're about to pour off just to show homage is something that's super healthy
Mm-hmm.
that not only does it hydrate you, not only does it keep your blood pressure down, not only does it keep your you in a space where you don't have to worry about drinking a whole lot of water because it's hydrating, none other than watermelon. But wait, there's more. Inside of this cup, I blended a fresh watermelon, right? And
Ooh.
sister, we know
Ooh.
eat the seeds. So those black spots and specks is the seeds. And this is seeded watermelon along with coconut water. So I
Oh,
say
wow.
cheers to you, sister. Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Now, another thing we ask you to do is go and get your journal. Go get your Let's Talk Her Wellness journal, because
Out
we are both
there.
both both believers in the pen and the paper. And guys, you know that on if you jumped over on our website, a lot of you have put in some of your orders for the wellness journal. So go to, that's going across the screen. If you are trying, you want to get in contact with us, you want to reach out with us, listen, go to www.letstalkherwellness.com. You can purchase the teacups, you can purchase apparel, you can purchase the Let's Talk Her journal. Because, guys, let me tell you something. It's going to be some amazing practitioners, coaches,
Yes,
authors, doctors coming on this page. And you don't want to be, I'm telling you, they're going to be dropping some gems. And listen, you're going to want to take your notes, okay? You're going to want to take your notes. And listen, guys, drop some emojis, give us some hearts if this is
right.
blessing.
Put some fire in the chat.
Drop
Fire
some
in the
fire
chat.
in the chat. You can chat with us. If you have any kind of questions, you can ask the questions. What is the better place for you to do that than on this live? So, guys, we're going to take a moment to give you a moment to get your tea, get your notes, get your pen and piece of paper, and let's start talking wellness. I look
Wellness,
forward to
wellness.
this show, Lady J. So if you see me looking back and forth, that's because I am sharing this live. We are sharing this live. We ain't selfish over here. We sharing it. We just sending it everywhere, guys. So listen, like and share, push the button, give us some hearts and all that good stuff. And we're going to get right into our topic for tonight. And it is such an amazing topic. And we're going to be having our host on. So, not host, but we're going to be having our
Yes,
guest on. And this is going to be exciting, guys. So
I'm
we're going to get
excited.
into it. Yes, we're going to get into wellness and freedom. And we're going to be talking about, Juneteenth and what Juneteenth represented and what it represent now, Lady J.
Yeah. So, for me, I'm gonna go back before I go forward, right? I'm
Mm-hmm.
a transplant now. So Jersey girl, now transplanted here in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, 159 years ago, less than
Mm-hmm.
50 miles from where I live today,
Wow,
Lynette,
that's right.
and
Houston. Yes.
everyone, the
Yes.
250,000 enslaved kinfolk, my kinfolk, still had master's foot on their neck.
Wow.
So we fast forward to now the present date. So for me, when I think of freedom,
Yes.
freedom to have access to equal health care, freedom and wellness to be able as a brown woman to successfully have a pregnancy and deliver that baby and I'm still here. So
Yes.
for me today, I still feel that
Mm.
we free. Wait, let me get the side that we free,
Yeah.
but it's free-ish, sister. We free-ish.
Yeah.
Healthcare disparities, so many things that separating us from being truly free. So
Yeah.
that's what it lands on me immediately to think about. And all of our sisters that are out there and brothers that are striving to have freedom,
Mm-hmm.
freedom
Mm-hmm.
from stress, freedom from we think about it. Lynette, it was 2 years, let me stand corrected, 3 years ago on this day that this became an actual national holiday.
Actual national holiday.
3 years
And,
ago.
and what did you think? What do you think took so long? What do you think, in your opinion, what took so long for that?
So for me, I'm going to say we have been observing it as Black and brown people. We've been conscious about Juneteenth.
Hmm.
What it took for it so long to get to the place where America accepted it was the murders of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor.
Yeah,
That's what it took for America.
right.
For us, we've been celebrating. We've been acknowledging, not at the levels that we should be, though, Lynette. What
Hmm.
about for you? What do you think? What do you think about what took us so long to get to recognizing Juneteenth?
You know, when they say free, free ish,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not saying you are, what they say, I'm not saying you on drugs. You know, when they say, I'm going to just say crackish. I'm not
Right.
saying you on drugs, but I'm saying you act like it. So, you know, when they say free ish, uh, free is free. Where did ish come from?
Mm,
Free is free. So, you know, when I think about that, why you got to put the ish on it? Because ish mean uh kind of sorta.
right. That's right. That's right.
It's kind of sorta, you know, not you know, not fully free, but a little something.
We got a toe in it. We got a foot in it. We got a little foot in the
Yeah,
door.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And so, you know, so when I thought about that, you know, what took so long, you know,
Right.
because if we are, you know, if we were so free,
Mm,
then it should not have taken all this time. And it just really says to me that I'm not fully acknowledging that you're free. So you're a little free-ish,
yeah.
you know. And for a lot of us, you know, when I look at stories and I look at documentaries, and when I look at when they, you know, when they freed our ancestors,
Right.
they have been bound so long and they've been so enslaved for so long until when they were free, they were not free in their mind. They were
Mm,
not free in their soul.
that's
They were not free in their spirit. And so even though, you know, the word was out, they didn't know what to do. And so, you know, when I thought about, you know, when I think about our topic for tonight, you know, wellness and freedom, I think about in terms of we have been on this wellness journey for a lot of years as a practitioner. You know, we've been singing the same song for a lot of years. And it is just now, maybe it took the pandemic, maybe it took the pandemic, you know, why are you going? Hold on, guys, one second.
well, while
Why?
my sister is handling some business, right?
Yeah.
I'm driving down because I don't know if you all are able to respond in one of our chats. But when we look at freedom and we talk about wellness, We look at our personal freedom.
Mm-hmm.
We look at political freedom. But especially, there was one thing that Lynette said is freedom, and it starts in our mindset.
Mindset.
The
Big.
mindset. The mindset
Mm-hmm.
is what connected you and I, was almost 20 years ago as wellness practitioners, that we connected in helping people to live holistic lives,
Mm-hmm.
in being well. And that wellness expanded to wellness that was helping folks to reduce stress.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're bound there. That's hence why I'm free-ish, because
Yeah.
I'm not free until I'm totally all parts of me. And Lynette, I know you were about to finish, and I want to tag you back in there. When I look at the wellness, and we call this my wellness, this is our wellness sanctuary, right?
Mm-hmm.
My wellness. So many people, they're still bound,
Yes. Yes.
bound by
Yes.
what's keeping us bound now as it connects back to the word wellness. What do you think that's keeping us bound?
Well, you said, like we said, everything stems from the mind. Everything. It's our mindset. It's what we think. It's what we feel. It's how we view things, you know. And again, as I was saying, as a wellness practitioner, I see it in our community. I see it in our family. I see it individually, you know, when it comes to wellness, it's like, before the pandemic, again, we've been saying this, we've been singing this, we've been doing this, as a therapist almost over 27 years now. You know, what am I saying different that I wasn't
Mm,
saying back there? So now it took a pandemic to get people to really start taking care of themselves, start, you know, thinking about what they're eating, and thinking about, I never heard so much now talk about self-care and wellness coaches and mental health coaches. All of this has been around for years.
so true,
It
sister.
didn't, but
So
it
true.
didn't seem like it didn't come relevant. Seemed like you didn't start listening to us until after it took a COVID to
Wow.
hit. And
You,
so
you,
now it's like, after COVID hit, it seemed like everybody's woke. Like, we're talking about the herbal medicine. Herbal medicine has been around for ancient years. Holistic therapy has been around for ancient years. But guess what? We don't take advantage of it. We do nothing with it. And it's just like a lot of people, they don't want to do wellness until you get a diagnosis that says you're in stage 4, or it's too late. And
yeah.
now you want to get well. Well, you know, and I find myself, sis, always having to explain what is preventative wellness, what is preventative medicine. You don't come to me or the doctors or the practitioners when you just doing bad, but we want to see you when you're doing well, because it's going to prevent you from getting over there.
Well, they got to
So,
slow. Do you think they got to slow down enough in order to do that, right, sister? Because I feel like a lot of folks, they moving so fast. That life is life, and which is causing all of the disease, right? And we don't see or have the conversation, to your point, until the Fast and the Furious puts you on your back.
Mm-hmm.
And you on your back. You at the doctor's, or you facing fear because, oh, I feel something. Oh, I
Right.
don't feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not taking the appropriate steps. And especially as women, I
Right.
know for me, and I know you know, as a mom, as a wife twice. We'll talk about that later, ladies. I have put everyone in front of me.
Yeah.
Sisters, I know you can relate to that.
Yeah.
Wives, you can relate to that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How do we get them, Lynette, in here? We've been talking wellness. How do we get them before? As you were talking about prevention, that's what we want to get on the front end before the sickness hits.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just by that this is how, in a sense, Let's Talk Her Wellness was birthed,
That's right.
because they're on social media.
Mm.
I used to vend everywhere. I support all my, as you can see, I take wellness over the road, and everywhere I go, I am, shooting, content with business owners, providing services. I used to do chair massage. Listen, sister, I was in the business of wellness, still in the business of wellness. I would set my massage chair up anywhere. Honey, we was in the park. Honey, we were in the churches. We were everywhere. We were in the farmer's market. I remember starting off my chair massage business in the farmer's market.
In the
So
farmer's market.
even before the farmer's market was a thing, now the farmer's market is a thing. I was in the farmer's market when it wasn't a thing. I was in the farmer's market, when all of the grannies was going to get their cabbage and cooking for Sunday dinner. I was in there with a chair providing chair massage. You see, I was about that life. I'm still about that life. Everywhere. I was in the park, everywhere, wherever you could think of, I was providing holistic wellness. I was on the streets, I was on the corners, talking and providing holistic therapy.
Right.
And, you know, to our people, to educate them. Because it's one thing to, talk about it, but it's another thing to live. And so I wanted to demonstrate what wellness looked like for our people. And it wasn't popular back then. And guess what? Like, it's super popular now to a certain degree. So see, when we talk about free-ish, I can make a shirt to say well-ish.
Right.
Because
That's
some of
good.
us get wellness,
Right.
and a lot of us don't. And so that's how, and that's why, I wanted to create something that we can educate and empower people about getting really serious about your wellness. So that's why, are we really free?
Yeah.
Are we really free? Because you think about it and you ask yourself a question tonight. Are you really well? What is wellness? What is self-care? Everybody got different definition for self-care and wellness. Everybody got a different perspective on it. but do you really know what it means to be well? And I'm talking about from the inside, because wellness starts from the inside and it starts up here.
That's
Starts up
so
here.
good. That's so good with that.
So when I say well-ish,
Mm,
do we still have to host health fairs to get you, sister, to
absolutely.
go check your breasts every year? We still, brothers, gotta encourage you to go get your prostate checked every year. We still here, free-ish,
Yeah, Lynette, wow,
free-ish.
you said a whole lot with well-ish. Just being in the wellness industry and understanding how vital it is. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like we need to make a huge paradigm shift
Mm-hmm.
in how we reimagine healthcare, how
Yes.
we reimagine. I'm gonna put it out there, and I may be not liked by a lot of Black folks. I'm gonna say it. How we reimagine how we eat soul food.
Yeah.
Is it good for your soul? Great grandmama and them had to do what they needed to do to eat some of those items that I would never eat, have never eaten, and we still hold sacred as if that is still where we are because we're free ish.
Ish.
Free
Yeah.
ish. And
Yeah.
it's some ish that we free ish.
Yeah. And I want to piggyback off that. I want to piggyback off that soul food, you know. Um, I got two sides that I see to soul food, you know. Um, when I really start, we had our grandparents. We were blessed to have our grandparents. I was blessed to have my grandparents until in my 30s. So, back in the day, kids today, sister, they don't know the true, they don't know the true legend. They don't know the value of grandparents.
Right.
Back in the day, my parents, they dropped us off on the weekends to our grandparents' house. And I ain't talk about drop them off because they wanted to go to the club and hang out. And no, my parents took care of us. We were with them. But they dropped us off to our grandparents so that our grandparents can have a relationship with us. We knew our grandparents.
Yes, we
See what
did.
I'm saying? I knew my grandmothers. I knew my grandfathers. I had a relationship. I had a true relationship with, and that's a whole word right there, authentic relationships. So I
Mm,
had or organic, authentic relationships with my grandparents. And so, they instilled some amazing values in us. And my grandmother, her table, sat about, I would say altogether, you probably can get like 20 people at my grandmother's table.
community.
And when you talk about soul food, I
Community.
learned later on in life, JD, it wasn't really about the food.
Preach.
It wasn't about the food. I thought
That's
all
right.
that time that, we came together. No, it was the food. Our grandparents knew that it would, hey, what they say to a man's heart is food, right?
Right. That's right.
So,
Around the table.
that food brought the family together. It kept them together. And there are a lot of grandparents now that was like that. They're gone. And when the grandparents were gone, I remember being at my grandmother's funeral. She was the last one. And I remember my cousin turned around. She was bawling. I mean, she was like bawling. And I'm thinking, of course, she's bawling because grandmom is gone. She turned around and she said, "Cuz," she said, "You know why I'm like crying?" I said, "Why?" She says, "Because we're not going to see the family no more."
Mm.
She knew that that food, she
Connected.
knew that that connection was gone.
Absolutely.
And she knew and she felt like the family structure now was going to break down. And you know what? She wasn't wrong.
She sure enough wasn't,
She
Lynette.
wasn't wrong. And so, that soul food, it was the not so much of the food, but it was that relationship. It was the family structure. It was the family tie, that
Values.
grandmama knew.
Mhm.
Those mothers, those old mothers knew what would bring the family together. Dis ease. Because
That's
see,
right. That's right.
DISE, dis, what is your DIS/ease? What should this ease? We got so many of our people are at this ease, because they don't like stuff like this. You see?
Yeah.
They don't like looking at talk shows and stuff like this. This ain't interesting. If I ain't popping it, dropping it like it's hot and everything, you got to be well to keep it dropping it like it's hot.
Gotta have that wellness and them good knees. And the only way to keep those knees good is to work those knees out. Lynette, you said a whole lot just a few minutes ago. You talked about something that we do not hold sacred anymore. The
Mm-mm.
table. The table. The,
Mm-hmm.
the being in an organized way, right, girlfriend? Where we just come, and I ain't even gonna talk about grandmoms ain't grandmoms, but I ain't gonna get on that on this. This is about Juneteenth and freedom. Grandmoms
Juneteenth
ain't
and
grandmoms
freedom.
no more.
Yeah,
Grandmoms ain't grandmoms. Grandmoms
yeah,
is out there with the grandkids. We have no one that has passed, taken the baton, the
yeah.
mantle that Big
Mm-hmm.
Mom and them used to sit. They say, "Come here, baby, come here." And
Yeah,
they'll sit us on their lap. They'll come sit and educate us and tell us about ourselves. We
yeah,
are free-ish. We
yeah.
are well-ish. And a
Uh-huh.
lot of that ties into not just the mind, but the mentality of just what
Reality.
you said.
Yeah.
Folks, we on social media, the platforms that you on, but what's getting all the clicks? I got gyrate and shake and do all of this to get a like. But if I
Yes.
tell you to go get your breast exam, if I
Yep.
share with you some health tips and invite you into a wellness community like the one that we are about to start again,
Yeah.
the her wellness community,
Yeah.
it's few and far between, sister. Why so? Why
Uh-huh.
so?
Yeah. Yeah. Because people not they wellness don't become, you don't know what you need until you need it.
That's good.
I'm gonna
That's
just
good.
let that sit right there.
Right, right, right.
Sometimes, sister, you don't know what you need until you don't know you need wellness until you sick. Some people don't know they need wellness, don't know the meaning of wellness until they sick.
Until
Then
you
that's when I
understand.
need it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for those who, have an awareness, you know, um, some of it, it's a shame to say that, I don't need that. I don't need to, if as long as I'm well and I'm good. You hear that saying, "Oh, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good." Are you really good Are
Mind,
you
body,
really
and
good?
soul. Are you really good?
And especially, you don't know how many people, especially our women, that suffer in silence.
Mm,
They suffer in silence. And we do not have to suffer. We do not have to suffer in silence, sister. You know, you're not going through anything. We never go through anything that somebody else ain't going through. That's why it's called community. But you
mm,
have to connect to the right community because community is out here. It's out here. And so that's a whole nother part of being free. You got to be free in your mind.
yeah.
You see, you got to get around the right people that live, talk, walk freedom, you know? And so I just look at a lot of things that go out here, go on out here in our world. And when I really look at it and when I really take a picture, that mental picture of it, again, you it took me a long time, sister, to find the right t-shirt. That's why I make my own. I make my own because I know what I want to say. I think we sometimes beat around the bush, you know. Sometimes we buy something because it's cute. I want to talk the truth, you know. I want to say the truth. And so when I looked at so many different shirts, but then I said, you know what? Let me get this one, free-ish, because it makes me think about wellness.
Yeah.
You know, it made me think about that. And so it is just important for us. You like now, everything is wellness now. Everything is wellness now. It's like, like this big thing is happening.
And is it about the money? Is that really what's driving?
I
Like,
think
is
some of it
it
is. I
about the
think
money?
some of it
Some
is
folks are out
because,
there
yeah, definitely,
branding themselves as
it's,
coach
it's
this, coach that,
definitely it's
because
about the money.
now it sells, because it sells. And to that point, as I listened to you,
Hmm.
it, it made me think about my own wellness battle and how you and I talk often about primary source of food and then food being the medicine, our secondary food.
Right.
We eating and consuming in our primary food,
Yeah.
we're eating and consuming things that is causing so much imbalance in our lives. We
Hmm.
keep taking on more responsibilities. We have health insurance, but we don't even slow down enough to use it.
To use it at
To
all.
use it. I know people who have told me, in fact, close people that I know, I haven't
Mhm.
been to a physician in 10 years.
Wow.
I know
Wow.
people haven't slowed down enough to have those exams, to do what's necessary. And as we look at being well-ish and
Yeah.
what brought us to this, we want everybody to win.
Right.
We want everyone to
Everybody.
be able to see their great grandchildren,
Yes.
and for them, because when we look at our babies, look, our babies, they're not healthy. And moms and dads, what we're doing to ourselves, the well-ish, it's now rolling into our babies, and our
Yeah.
babies are getting health dis-ease. And all of that starts with something that we as a community can
Yeah.
slow down enough. Put
Mm-hmm.
some light on not just what I look like, but how
Uh-huh.
do I live?
Mm-hmm.
What's the wellness lifestyle look like for you, Lynette? What does that look like? A life? What do we close our eyes and envision for her wellness and his wellness? What does that look like for you?
When I envision wellness, um, I've always, since a kid, I've been doing wellness and I've been breathing and eating wellness since high school.
Mm,
So this isn't something that I just do. I eat and breathe wellness because this is something, I mean, my passion and my love was always to be a surgeon. I always wanted to be a surgeon.
what kind of surgeon?
I wanted to be a heart surgeon. I always wanted to be a surgeon, a general surgeon or a heart surgeon. That's what I wanted to be. And I knew early in that, when I started working at the hospital as a nurse assistant, I started doing one of my jobs was wound care. I was doing working in wound care. I knew right then. I says, you not gonna make it, sister, as a surgeon, because oh God, when you work in wound care, it ain't no joke. You got to be able to have an amazing stomach. And so I knew early on in wound care, even right now as a lymphatic therapist, there's a class, it's a course in wound care. And I'm like, I don't want to do that part. I don't want to be that type of lymphatic therapist. I
Right.
know about the wounds, I study the wounds. And as a wound therapist from early on, if I have to do it, I know how to do it. But I knew, I was like, no. So I still kept my hand. I still pursued in so many different facets wellness. And so, it looks the way it looked to me back then is the way that it looks now. We're just having to do wellness in a different way, many different ways, but it's always my passion to inspire people to be well, to have a relationship with food, to, heal on herbs. My grandmother, when I was a little girl, she started me working with herbs and knowing the value of the woods,
Right.
knowing the value of the trees and the plants, so when kids was outside playing, I was inside learning plants in the woods with my grandmother, going fishing and knowing how to cultivate and knowing how to eat and survive if something should happen in this world. Now it's funny because I call my grandmother a prophet. She was. She seen these days. She saw this day coming. And there are some things that she told me that day has not come yet. And she always said to me, she says, I may not be here, but she said, I'm telling you what's to come. And she told me, she says, I want you to learn medicine. She said, because the day is coming that you're not going to be able to find your medicine. And you know what, Jadine? They're running out of medicine right now.
I
They
have
are
heard.
running out of medicine. I have gone to the pharmacy, and my doctors have prescribed medicine for me, and I've gone there and they say they don't have it. So guess what? I've been doing that. I get medicine, and then I want to know what's the plant that's equivalent to this medicine. What are
Connection.
my antibiotics in herbal medicine? What's my painkillers? What's my numbing medications? So I've been formulating medicine for a long time, for a long time. See, because I believe that one day, JD, we not going the way that we know. I believe one day it's going to be distinct. And if you don't know how to survive, if you don't know how to live off the earth, if you don't know how to cultivate, you're going to be in trouble.
No, I so agree with everything that you said. And I know that part of our conversation has been around getting some property, getting some land so that we could start to build these greenhouses. And one thing that you said that I thought about what my mom told me recently, her her great grandmother sent something to her when she was a kid. And she
Mhm.
said, I remember because my mother suffers 50 plus years with rheumatoid arthritis. I remember seeing it and thinking like, ew, that looked like a stick in a jar.
Mhm.
And she said to me, baby, I wish I would have taken that.
Yeah.
So many plants. And I I I'm promoting. It's gonna be on a t-shirt. Plant over pills.
That
I know that
yes.
we want
Yes.
that for as a valid option because to your point, God gave us everything in the seed and in
Everything.
everything. Now, for some
Everything.
people, we realize, and that's why we're cultivating products. I'm putting some shameless plugs out there for what we have in the making to make it easy for folks to get it. And while that's happening, awareness and conversations like the one that we're having right now is so necessary. And you hear me
Mm.
say slow down, and I mean it.
Yeah.
Slow down enough to give a ish
Yeah.
about your health.
Yes.
Give a ish about your
Yeah.
wellness, about your mind, your mental state. I don't want to hear another story about a young person, somebody my age or older, their mental health has been not managed, and then they're not here with us because they are well-ish.
Ish. Yeah.
Well-ish, sister.
Yeah.
Well-ish.
Yes. And we have it's listen, we have a lot. We're going to see a lot in the wellness industry. We got a lot to see. It's going to
I
be a
agree.
lot. We're going to hold on because I'm telling you, this ain't for the faint of heart. And I think that we're going to have to get our heads out the clouds because it's not about just the old, it's the young. It's the young, that's leaving here. And Jay, we have so much. We this show is gonna be bananas.
Oh,
And
I
and
can't
and
wait.
and,
I can't
and I'm
wait. The
looking
topics
forward
we have
to.
coming up.
Yes, we have some amazing practitioners. We have some amazing authors. And speaking about an author, we have Dr. Markeitha Mole just joined us. And we want to go ahead, Jay, and we're going to let her in. And we're going to get her up on this conversation. We're gonna add her in here. How you doing, Dr. Marquita Mole? How are you doing on this evening?
I'm finding yourself.
Yes, we
Hey,
are fine. We are talking about wellness. We are talking about the freedom and wellness and this Juneteenth celebration and what it means, to us, our ancestors, as we are celebrating, we're also thinking about as well, what how does wellness and freedom go together, you know? And so, Jay, we're going to let you take it and introduce our amazing guests. We're excited to have you. So, welcome. Hey, girl. Hey. And,
Hey, girl.
we
Hey.
have our tea. So, I don't know what's in your cup tonight and what you are drinking or wasn't drinking, but that's okay. Okay. We got you. We got you, sister.
Yeah. So first of all, our sister dedicated wrote like here in these highways in Houston. She took the highways in Houston, and if you've been on these highways, you know what the H stands for, and the T
Ha, ha,
stands for
ha, ha, ha.
traffic. So she braved all of this traffic to come and join us on Let's Talk Her Wellness on
And
YouTube.
thank you. That
So
is
we thank
awesome.
you.
Awesome.
And over the weekend, I attended a Juneteenth event. I looked at all of the different vendors, and something just stood out when I looked at Dr. Mo's table. I
Mhm.
saw books, and the books that were children books of Black children. And I said to myself, this ain't no ordinary book. This book right here looks like it's custom. So I went over to her and I said, "Are you the author of these books?"
Mhm.
And I want to thank you for bringing what you do to children. So take a minute, just tell us about why all of this matters to you as a Black author. And you have the stage for some few minutes. Welcome in.
Thank you for having me on with you guys to the share with her wellness matters. But what I am passionate about, first and foremost, teaching is my spiritual gift.
Yes.
And I allow my ministry to manifest in children's lives. I've been an educator since 2004. I
Mm.
started out in North Forest ISD. Is no longer um in existence. It was closed in 2013. It was an all Black district. And I said that to say when you are teaching in an all Black African American school district, of course the books that you're reading do not look like you. But
Mhm.
as an educator, you have to take the high road and not make a big thing about it as far as the kids and just read the book. So I would tell others, people, you need to write a book, you need to write a book, not knowing that years later I would be in the lane of an author. Did I want to be in the line of an author? No, because I was trying to encourage other people to write a book. Um, Needless to say, it is well needed because African American kids' interest is totally different from our counterparts' interests.
Yeah.
We are faced with different things that they are not. And one of the things that we are faced with, we don't like to read. So if we
Wow.
do not have books out there that piquing our interest, of course I'm not going to pick up a book to read. Yes, my teacher can tell me all day long, read 15 minutes, it'll make a difference. What am
Mm.
I going to read 15 minutes? I don't like to read. There's no books out there of interest. I
Wow.
As an educator, you find yourself in Barnes and Noble, half price books, buying books that your student likes in order for them to, at the age of 5, still have that love of reading. So by the time they turn 10, they still will have that love of reading. Why? Because you poured into them. So I
Yeah.
just felt that it was important, me seeing it from an educator's standpoint, as well as um, having conversations with parents of them saying, I don't know how to help my child at home. So
Mhm.
I tried to bridge the gap. And with my books, I have what I call the special sauce. if you purchase one of my books, in the back of the book, it has vocabulary questions that we tend to ask during our read alouds or during the reading block of school, those comprehension questions. And I try to have more high order thinking questions, such as your inferencing questions, your drawing conclusions questions, because those questions make you apply what you already know, the information that the text has given you, to come up with a new idea. And
Mhm.
we tend to struggle with that. One of my books is a poetry book, which is called Juneteenth, The Nile and Destiny. Now, on the front cover, it doesn't have my name because I gave two of my nephews authorship of the book. Why? Is because I wanted to show them of building generational wealth.
That's right.
Because as African Americans, that's one of the things that we lack. We lack that generational wealth pouring into our own seed, generations after generations. So when we are no longer here, our legacy is still here. And with them, and then I said people do it all the time. If you look at it, Beyonce with Blue Ivy,
Yes.
she
Talk it, sister.
right. So if they can do it, I mean,
We can do it.
right.
Yes. Yes. Talking about leaving a legacy.
Yes,
Yes.
it is so important. And I try to, and the pretty one of my nephews, I mean, when he asked me, when you coming back? Because normally I go home. I'm from Arkansas, and normally around September I go home, twofold, to spend time with my mom as well as to participate in a vending event. And one of my two, my mom as well as, well, I have three nephews that I gave authorship of. Two have Juneteenth, and another nephew have a workbook that's called Now, like one of the parts of the speech ABCs, and I talk about how that book came about. But the nephew here asks, when are you coming back? And I'm like, why? So I can participate, because he sees the fruit of his labor. When people are coming and asking him about the book, what inspired him to write a book. He's an African American male, so you already know how they're treating our African American males.
Mm-hmm.
So if I feel that if I start him out now, by the time he is in the world of work, he will already have another source of income, a
I
passive
love it.
income that's working for him.
I love it.
So that's why I chose to pretty much as my business name, Memo, I chose to become an author to open the world around African American children of colors, to make them think outside of the box, as well as parents can start having conversations with their children at home about the various topics that they may encounter and how to approach it from the standpoint of how we will approach it in the classroom when it comes to reading comprehension.
Wow. You have said a lot of the legacy about the legacy that you're creating, how you're supporting our community by putting out books. I love the book. Keep me honest to the title. Is it Coils?
My
Um,
kinky coily
by
hair.
Pinky Coils.
Yeah.
And if we were looking to find you and to place an order to support an author that's putting out children books that look like us, that's helping to grow a legacy within her family, tell everyone, how do they find you?
Okay. So you can go to my website, which is www.m as in Mary, A as in Apple, M as in Mary, I as in ice, N as in Nancy, O as in octopus, M as in Mary, U as in umbrella, L as in lion, L as in lollipop.com. So it's emmaminomug.com. And on my website, if you go to the retail link, it'll direct you to where you can purchase the books, or you can go to Amazon and just type in the different titles of my book, which is My Kinky Coily Hair, Loving My Heritage is my first book. My second, third, and fourth book are my Juneteenth book with the Juneteenth with the subtitle of Denial and Destiny. That's the poetry book. Juneteenth Free and Unequal, and Juneteenth Free. No, Juneteenth Freedom and Separation. And then also you can type in My First Day of School Flutters. And if if you're looking for workbooks, you can do Now, like the part of speech, NOUN,
Mhm.
3 dots, ABCs. That's a workbook. And then I have another workbook called Empowering Me. They have all core subjects, as well as Black trivia questions, recipes, what else, and some coloring sheets. And then I have 2 books that goes with my first day of school book. Why? Because as an educator, you're in the lane of introducing for like week to 2 weeks procedures, classroom rules, how things are going to play out for the school year. So you really can't teach, but I took it upon myself to create this book, and so the teachers will have something to keep their students busy while they are, introducing or reiterating the classroom rules and the concept for the first week of school. um,
Mm.
Amazon has the books, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, Target, um, what is it? I think it's Thrift Books. Those are the
I
bookstores
love
that
thrift books.
have
Yeah.
thrifty books that have the books.
Hmm.
All
Or
right.
you can contact me directly, emmaminomud@gmail.com.
All right. So what we're going to also do, we'll put your information on our pages in case anyone's looking for looking to purchase a book. We also have it listed in the comments. Your website, Lynette did place that here for the audience. And
Yes.
Okay.
before we close out, because I know we've gotten to the end of our time, we want to say thank you again for carving time out of your busy schedule to join us as we celebrate
Right, right.
Yes.
Juneteenth.
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 Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We couldn't. I so like appreciate this because I had been going around. One of the things that I wanted to do for my grandbaby, I wanted to put together her a box. And it wasn't any kind of a box. It took me a long time. I wanted to find a special box for her birthday. She was turning 5 years old. And I said, I want books that look just like her. And I wanted to pack this box. Actually, I'm going to show you the box. I'm actually going to show you the box because I said I want to give this box to her, but I want this box to be, I want to start because I do that with my niece and my nephews. I like to start their little book library. So I'm going to show
Mhm.
you this box. So I purchased this box. I purchased this box. So this is the box. I don't know if you can see it with the background there, but this is the box here, and you open up the box. It's a really nice box that she can keep. But in this box is filled with books, and they are books that look just like her, you
Oh,
know. And I chose the different books with the different names, and also to wanting to put a journal because I am very, very big on journal writing.
mhm.
And just when she opens up box, this box has amazing, beautiful cultural books. And, you don't find a lot of those books. I think Target is starting to sell
Mhm.
maybe six of them, and they
Mhm.
spread them out. Don't think we don't know what you're doing. They take them and they spread them out, making it look like they have like a large selection of it.
Right.
Which hey, I applaud you for putting those books, in the bookstore. But there's a wide open market for our books and our greeting cards.
Mhm.
I love mahogany, and mahogany, now you go in the store and you're looking for a card. I'm that person that will go in the store. It take me a long time. You may be like, God, why are you in there so long? Well, you just going to get a card. But when I am picking a card, that card got to represent that person.
Mhm.
And, there isn't a lot of cards on the market now. I'm like, what happened to the cards? What happened to the greeting cards? So I said, you know what? I can't do everything, but I always say, create what you want to see in the world.
Mhm.
I want to see more cards. I want to see more African American cards. I want to see more books on the shelf that are talking about topics that we need that we dealing with. When it comes to wellness, talking about our skin, our hair, and I hate to say it, but when I talk to a lot of my Caucasian friends, I'm like, I'm sorry. I says, and I don't want to sound like, but my hair don't grow like yours.
Mhm.
We don't have the same skin problem, you know? And so I need to go to a specialist. I need to go to somebody look like me that can tell me, hey, what is this? So, thank you so much for answering that deep call in the earth. Because I think that's what we are. We are just hope dealers, wellness dealers, and we are answering a call in the earth that's missing.
Yes.
That's good.
And so, you know, I know that what it is that as a wellness coach, what I do, I'm not called to everybody. I know that. But for the somebodies I'm called to, I just want to make sure that my hour work down here on this earth is being filled. And so thank you, Dr. Makita, for filling that void.
You're welcome. Thank you
And
for
um,
imagining.
yes, and we're definitely going to put your information on our site. I would even like to have some books with pictures so we can post them up there where people can order them.
Okay.
And we can post them. And because let me tell you something, people are looking, because I was looking, I'm still looking, because I need to fill that box.
Okay.
And now you know where to get some from. We got
Yes,
some right here, right here. You ain't
yes,
gotta look too far.
yes. So it's been incredible. We look to have you back on.
Okay.
And even just as you was talking, I can just visual story time for the children. Do a segment of story time, for the children, and maybe perhaps do a story time for the grown-ups as to why your kids need these books. And I love how you hit it from a education standpoint, because sometimes, again, we don't know what we need until we need it,
Mhm.
you know and or you go to do something, or you go to take a course or something, and somebody say you need to take or you need to have, and you're like, what's that? And then they got to go and look for Dr. Marquita Mudd. This is what she was talking about. So thank you so much. And Lady J, again, thank you. And guys, we just thank you for watching this show. Let's Talk Her Wellness. We're going to be coming to you every Wednesday. We've been looking at our times when we can come on here and
Are
when
you
we,
shooting Wednesday?
huh?
Tuesday, Wednesday.
I was looking at, and I was doing my research,
Okay.
when is it a good
Say no
time
more. I
to
support
come on to social media? Because everybody's working,
Mhm.
everybody is, so we always want to be mindful, of everybody's time. And we figure 7 o'clock because around that time you would have cooked and put the kids to bed and you would have done all of those type of things. So from 7 to 8, we were thinking about, just totally leaving it there. And but however, we're thinking about either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm thinking about Wednesday from 7 to 8. And so you can
Central Time, 6
Central Time,
p.m. to 7.
Central
Oh,
Time. Yes.
Central Time.
So
Look,
we always make sure we post that. Guys, I always say like and share the page. The right information can change and save your life. And we always encourage you to share the beauty of wellness with everybody. Even if you feel like right now this isn't for you, but guess what? It might be for your neighbor. It might be for your sister, your mother, your brother. Even though it's Let's Talk Her Wellness, men need wellness too. And so guess what? You know, like I was saying to you, Lady J, sometimes people that we know that's right next to you, you see them every single day, but you don't know that they're suffering in silence. You don't know that they're suffering with something they just have not told you about. And for some people, they don't find out until it's too late. So we thank God for Let's Talk Her Wellness. And we just want to come on here. We just want this to be a platform where you can get your questions answered and you can interact with us. So send up your stars and send up all of your emojis and just let us know that, hey, this information is blessing you. So, you know what, guys? Until the next time, hey, girl, hey, Let's Talk Her
hey
Wellness. We'll
girl,
put
hey.
everything up there for you.
Hey, Lynette,
Yes.
as we're closing out in
Yes.
celebration, pick your cup back up. Or is anything close by, grab something so
Yes.
that we can cheers
Okay.
and we can do a toast.
Mm-hmm.
We are here
Mm-hmm.
to celebrate our ancestors who paved the
Mm-hmm.
way 159 years ago, 400
Yes.
plus years of slavery.
Yes.
We
I
need to
love it.
we
I
need to
love it.
pour out some libations as we celebrate and pay homage to them
You
for
pour
all
it
that
out
they
for
have
us,
done.
girl. You pour it out for us, girl. Yes. You
All
pour it
right,
out
I left
for
a
us,
swallow
girl.
in there for us to say happy
Happy
Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Let's talk her wellness.
Woo! Yes, honey. Until the next time, you be well, live, laugh, and love out loud. And we are going to be posting Dr. Makita, all her information, how you can reach out to her, support her business. We're going to be waiting for her to send us some pictures of her books so we can post them on our page. And we'll attach all of the ways you can order those books from her. And listen, guys, so support the businesses. I don't like to say small business. Now, the world says small business. I don't like to say small business because I'm a business growing. I understand that. Your business is growing, and I don't even know why, honestly. Why do they? Who came up with small business? Who came up with that? You know what I'm saying? Because a small business, your business is constantly growing. You have a business that was small now is a multi-billion-dollar industry. So you know
Emerging. It's an emerging business. We're gonna
it's an
stop
emerging
saying
business.
Mhm.
So
emerging, emerging.
I go against what everybody else say. I'm like, to all my growing and emerging and evolving businesses, you know, we're gonna leave small business back there, you know, emerging businesses. So please support these women emerging business. And so until then, next time, you guys be well, and we'll see you guys later.
Peace and
Thank
blessings, everyone.
you.
See you guys later. You're welcome.